Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are a little bit behind schedule. I apologize. The latest round of COVID, like the fever and the stomach issues, we got that, but we're feeling a little bit better today. So we are going to work on the 6-liter a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is not a mind-blowing video, but it needs to be done. The under door exhaust, although extremely glorious on road trips, does get a little annoying. So we are going to go ahead and just move that exhaust behind the rear tire, mainly for my own sanity, and also like when you pull up next to a car, like the exhaust is like right at a person's door. And as much as the inner teenager side of me has came out with this truck, I do want to try and be respectful to other people on the road that maybe don't like the sound of a factory race truck. It's a shame, but I'm here for them. So we're gonna go ahead and put on a 4-inch exhaust all the way out the back. I'm not sure if this kit I ordered has a muffler or not. Honestly, 6-liters tend not to have a drone really in the cab, at least from my experience. So I like I said, I can't remember. On top of that, we are gonna start driving it more at night because the days are getting shorter. So we're gonna put some marker lights on. I also have a third brake light to put on there. And then we did talk to Blake Fitzgerald over at Fitzgerald Performance to take care of these ugly headlights. So hopefully we'll get some nice white ones that match the paint like he did for our black truck. And then the grill, I haven't really made up my mind yet on what I want to do with it. So for the right now, it's just going to stay. Another update, we reached out to RG Diesel. They had a customer, I guess, that just changed plans. So we do have a lot of cool parts coming for this. I will say that it has really gotten out of hand extremely quickly, which I love. So we do have a lot of good content coming up for this old girl, but we definitely need to get the exhaust taken care of. We need to get our license plate light illuminated to avoid any unnecessary run-ins with the law. And then also, just a little shop update for you guys, because I know you guys seem to really enjoy that, and honestly, I don't mind showing you. So we have, actually for starters, we have that 47RH that I tore apart. We're just waiting on one more set of planetaries. We have a reman pump here. We have the billet input shaft somewhere. I think it's in this box here. We got his valve body here. Like I said, I don't build the valve bodies here because I don't have a test stand, but we'll have that going together here. Then outside here, we have a early 6.0 that came in for a crank no start. The oil pressure, the H-pop pressure rather, was only getting to about 250. We diagnosed a bad H-pop, so this thing got a fresh H-pop, which for any of you guys that know, the early 03, 04 trucks definitely struggled with H-pop reliability, whereas the later model ones seem to have a lot more STC fitting problems. And come to find out, guys, this is also a ZF6 single cab 6-liter, so that's pretty wild. I had never seen one, and now there's literally two right next to each other. This F-150 customer of ours that brings us all his diesel trucks asked if we could do this one. Dave's working on it. It ended up needing a fuel tank because this one's metal, and it just basically no bueno. It's got holes in it. Fuel pump's not working, so we got that one, I guess, dialed in, so to speak. We're just waiting on a tank. We have this Cummins that came in here. This is a cabin chassis 3500 truck. I don't know if you guys will be able to see, but let's take a gander there. Any guesses? 1, 2, 3 valve seat. So the head's pulled off right here. We have a Freedom Racing Engines head for it, as well as we're going to be pulling out the motor, going through it, just making sure that's the only issue it has, putting a new piston in it and sending it on down the road. Over here we have a 6.7 Powerstroke that came in for an exhaust leak. If you guys can't tell right there, exhaust manifold. So we are getting that one taken care of. And not shown in the parking lot, we have another 6-liter just runs like crap. Pretty sure that one's injectors. We have two 6.4s that probably need motors at this point. Got an eco diesel here and a few other odds and ends, but we are still staying super busy. Appreciate all you guys that are supporting our business, whether buying stuff or coming to us for work. I appreciate it. Means a lot to David and I. But for tonight's work, we already drove her in. I'm gonna go ahead, get this thing up in the air, and we will get this exhaust laid out and ultimately probably end up with a time lapse of me putting this sucker in and just seeing if it changes the sound at all. As far as the mirrors, Amazon specials, nothing crazy. Just 6.4. These do have, I think these have lights in them, which I'm not gonna hook up, but they are there. And then we have the 6.7 style bumper marker lights with harnesses, because this truck had that wire cut off. And then we have our Amazon third brake light. So without further ado, let's get to work. And for reference, here's where the current exhaust exits. And as you can see, we've already put a little bit of soot on the old bed there. So we are, I mean, guys, just look at this unit. I mean, just a little bit of oil leaking, no big deal. I'm pretty sure most of that is still residual from when I forgot to put a new gasket on the turbo, but and it's definitely all engine oil, and it appears to all be coming from up top, so no big deal. And I've been looking at these U-joints and stuff as well. I think we're gonna probably freshen the drive line up with some new stuff here. On the rear, probably replace some of the U-joints as well, but other than that, it's not bad. And you guys in the comments, can you let me know when you start making a lot of power with these and maybe sled pull with them, do these axles turn in the housings like the AAMs do? Like, should I be welding this together, or do they stay pretty decently well? Let me know what you guys have to say in the comments. As it is the next day, open the box. This is a full kit to the turbo. So was not able to get it done last night. Dave's here today. I got that 6 liter with the bad H-pop fixed this morning. I got a road trip this afternoon, so I really need to get this exhaust on. After doing a little bit of Google searching here, I think what I'm gonna do, I wanna save this flange for compounds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a Sawzall and cut it like right here, and it should make getting the downpipe out super easy after that. So we'll just cut the factory downpipe, like I'm thinking like right in this area here, Sawzall it out, unclamp it, save that flange for later, and then slide our new downpipe on, which is dented, so it should make life not too hard. But with Dave here to work on it from the top, me coming at it from the bottom, I think we should be able to get this thing in, and then from there it's really smooth sailing. It is a 2-piece downpipe, so I'm gonna get the Sawzall in. I'll show you guys once it's out. And 2 very small incisions later, one up top there, one right here. You guys can see that stub I left. We got the downpipe out, guys, so we're gonna move forward with the installation here. And here's what's left of our stock downpipe. So now our plan is Dave's gonna stand here, beat the up pipe or downpipe in. I'm gonna lift him up, and I'm gonna go from the bottom, get it hung up there. He'll put the clamp on, kind of loose like, so we can get this thing ready to go. Here's the exhaust kit. Pardon my shaky camera work here. And here is ultimately what we need David's assistance with. It's a 2-piece downpipe. Not the worst welding I've seen from China, I'm sure, but I don't know. I mean, I guess, what do you think? Better than Cody Fisher?
I'd say that's a called in.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm gonna tell my kids that Cody Fisher welded this. So we're gonna get this stabbed in here. We got it in. I did not have to dent anything, but it's clear that this was probably designed for a automatic and not a manual. We got about, I'd say, a 1/4 inch here, about an 1/8 inch here, and we can kind of rotate it back and forth. So I think all I'm gonna do is get the exhaust set in here, and then figure out as far as, like, I probably don't want to grind on the frame. So I'm not sure. What we might do is take a pry bar against the frame here and kind of dent it into the ZF6 a little bit. But I mean, honestly, it wasn't that bad. Definitely a 2-person job, but Dave and I got this in about 3 minutes. All right, guys, and here's the fitment. We got a nice downpipe exit, I feel like. Pretty decent. Like so. Up over the axle. No cutting on this kit. Came with 2 different 4-inch sections, which is nice. And the downpipe, definitely a little tight, if you can't tell, right there. So it's probably gonna vibrate. I'll take probably an air hammer and just kind of zap it. But I'm gonna go up, tighten the downpipe all the way, and then it's just some clamps. Not a lot of exhaust hangers on this one. I'm wondering if, oh, we got some built into these clamps here, so we'll get this all buttoned up. But pretty straightforward. Hardest part's definitely the downpipe, but you know what, guys, we make it happen. We make it happen. I'm gonna go tighten the downpipe up, and then we'll take an air hammer here. But I'm gonna get this finished up and show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. All right, and here is that downpipe fitment up top. Pretty decent. I don't foresee any issues with it in its current state. Definitely left a little bit to be desired, if I'm being honest, but it's not horrible. I don't know how long we'll actually have this set up, so I'm just gonna let it ride for right now. But I foresee, I don't want to say the word hood stack, but I could potentially see a hood stack. I could see us getting rid of the air conditioning. I don't know, guys. If you have any ideas on where guys mount the second battery, I guess I could take a peek under there, but we need to get this battery out of the way, and then this vacuum reservoir needs to move as well. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know, but I think that's what we're gonna need to do, is get that taken care of. Got our clearance. We dremeled the trans down a little bit, but believe it or not, there is a little bit of clearance there, and when the motor torques over, it should torque that way. So we'll be all right for right now. Everything else is tight. Let's get it down and get you guys a sound clip. Much better, guys. least now it's not in the cab. Much better. Like I said before, you always want to do it on a cold motor so you get the best results. Success. Now we are driving down the highway going about 78 miles per hour. Windows are up and this is what it sounds like in the cab. Very little noise. Like I said, these 6 liters don't drone a lot even when you're towing them really heavy. So I am very happy with this exhaust. This one does not have a muffler on it, but it does have obviously the emissions equipment on it, but very quiet, very nice unit. And yeah, that's why you don't get the ones with the mufflers, because these trucks really don't drone. They're very pleasant sound in the cab. And anyway, once we get back from our trip, we'll finish this video up with some mirrors and some lighting, and we'll call it good. And there we have it. We got those lights in. We got our really swanky third brake light in. We'll save the mirrors for another day. All in all, not a super exciting video. I understand that, but we were able to get a true 4-inch downpipe up in there. I would say whatever kit comes with it, like pinched down, it's gonna fit. It's a little tight, especially on a manual transmission. I did have to dent the pipe a little bit more. But looking at a 5R 110 truck, I think it would have slipped right by, no issues. So we got that done. It was a lot more pleasant on our road trip. We got the oil changed finally. We got our 2 lights put in, so now we're legal on the road at night. We got our third brake light replaced. So from here, I think we'll move on to the like air dog installation and sump. Or maybe we'll start tackling some of the engine stuff. Not quite sure yet, but we do have a 6.4 Cummins motor that we need to tear down and get ready for KOS. So until I get that done, we won't pull the cab on this. Anyway, guys, hopefully you liked this video. Drop a comment down below. Subscribe if you are not already. And as always, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one.